good you found her. She must have crawled right around the island and back again.
George, it's not the same woman.
Oh, really, Mary? Don't start that again.
Her hair, it's blonde.
White with shock. She probably crawled through a herd of wild goats.
Ridiculous. George, she's dead.
I do know that, dear. After all, I killed her.
Nice, eh? That warrants itself as a confession.
George, don't take anything until you've seen a lawyer.
I am a lawyer, dear.
Yes. Do something.
Nothing to do, I'm afraid. Please, take a seat. Don't worry, I won't bite.
That's it.
Okay. Nothing to do. Sit, Mary. Nothing to do. That's right, isn't it, George? You being a lawyer and all, you'd know when to settle. Let me give you the facts. She lies there, dead, and in her hand is clutched a watch fob. A watch fob bearing the initials G.T.
George! How could you be so careless? Criminal!
Yes, well, I'm sure I should pass this information on to the proper authorities. But, where's the profit in that? The truth coming out. I mean, millions of dollars is an awfully big pie.
A deal?
50-50?
Reluctantly, yes, 50-50.
Agreed.
In that case, you can have, but only after I've got that little bit of paper, your watch fob back. Thank you.
You know, I'm rather relieved we reached such a civilized conclusion. If I'd heard from the outset that you were such a gentleman, then...
Well, if I'm not, Chiddingbury has a lot to answer for.
Chiddingbury? You didn't go to Chiddingbury too.
You mean you? When?
68. Yourself?
74.
Good Lord, you must have known Dr. Potterton then.
Oh, Potty, yes. It's a straight bat and a hard cane, that one.
Good Lord, do you hear that, Mary? Harrington, Max here, he was at Chiddingbury too?
Yes. I heard, I'm sure the two of you will have a lot to talk about after we get back to the business in hand.
Yes, well, it shouldn't take too long. There are a couple more boats down in the bay.
Consign her to the depths?
Indeed, George, indeed.
Righty-ho. What about that other woman upstairs posing as your wife? Suppose she would come down unexpectedly and...
No fear of that. I've slipped her a little something of my own. She'll be asleep for hours.
Good thinking, but I wouldn't expect anything else of you. If I'd known from the outset that you'd been to Chiddingbury.
Well, should we get on with it, George?
Yes, it's always have the best, hasn't it?
Right, now, let's get her up with them. There we go. 1, 2, 3, up we go, George. She has to help too.
Me?
Yes. That way, we're all implicated. All accomplices. Just like at school, George. A team. Armed school and all that.
He's right, my dear. Up school. You know, I do wish we had met under slightly happier circumstances.
What could be happier than millions of dollars?
Precisely.
If it is a 50-50 split.
Precisely, Mary. And I tell you what, when we get back, we'll drink to it. I've got some rare old Napoleon somewhere that I've been saving for just such an occasion.
Lovely.
Mind out of the steps there, George. They're a bit dodgy. That's it, straight through. Keep going.
Well, it is done. The deal is done.
And done well.
And more to the point, done together.
By Jove, yes. And speaking of the spirit of brotherly togetherness, would you mention some Napoleon brandy?
That's idea, George. That's
No.
idea.
I'm not having you falling into bad habits.
I know it's early in the day, dear, but it is a rather unusual occasion.
Time of day has nothing to do with it, George. Your hands are filthy, so am I. Just because we've connived in the disposing of a body, there is no need for us to slip into a moral decline. No, I insist we wash first. Besides, there are still things to be taken care of. The rug and the vase. I like things to be neat.
Yeah, she's right.
Of course I am.
I'm afraid she always is.
Okay, George, well, there's a dustpan and brush over here somewhere. Mary, would you mind sorting the rug?
Is there anything else we might have overlooked?
No.
Yes. Your go sooner or later.
Yes, well, if I can help it, it'll be later rather than sooner. That's my daughter. She's still asleep. Right, I tell you what, why don't we all go and wash our handies, and I'll meet you back over here by the decanter in, well, in minutes.
Charming fellow. Knew straight away when I saw him.
What about the cunning flick of his eye?
Must have been trick of the light.
Oh, thank George.
I'm sure there must be a very reasonable explanation. Don't you think so, dear? Dear? Please say something.
What is good Lord? What did you bring her back for?
We didn't.
Well, if you didn't, and I certainly didn't, who did? I did. Edgar? It's all your fault, Max.
George, I owe you an apology.
Apology?
Well, I'm standing here thinking it's all your fault. Be honest, it usually is.
How is any of this my fault? It was you who said I could be a top Florite, Max. You encouraged me. Yes, but what's that got to do with her? I got depressed, Max. I went back to my house and read over chapter 1 and ugh. Even I knew who did it. I got so depressed, I rushed over here to talk about it with you. But you were busy. All of you were busy. Disposing of bodies, clearing away the evidence, making deals. So, I watched, and I listened, and now here I am with a deal of my own. A deal? I want half. Oh.
Half of his or half of ours?
Oh!
No. No. George, don't you understand what he's saying will make us junior partners? We can't have that. No, not at all.
We'll have to talk it over. Yes. I mean, Edgar, you must understand. You've rather caught us on the hop here, old boy. Surely you must understand people have to talk about these things in private. And besides, I for one am far too sensitive to talk about these things, whilst she lies there, dead. So, why don't you be a good fellow and pop her in the woodshed, eh? Okay, very well. But there really is nothing to talk about. Oh, no, I'm sure you're right. I'll get this back. Hand. You'll have to help me, Max. You have rather made a mess. All right, you grab the head end and I'll grab the tail. I'll get the two. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and in we go. Do us a favour and get a taste of that. Right then. Talk away.
He's right, my dear. There is nothing to talk over. I'm afraid it's the short curlies again.
Not yet. I'll lace his screws over with this stuff and make him sleep.
Lovely.
So keep talking and smiling.
I am.
She is. I'm afraid it's how she looks when she's smiling.
Right. That's long enough. Yes. Yes, exactly how it goes. I mean, you were right. There really was nothing to talk about.
I told you that.
But, I do hope this won't ruin our friendship.
Well, once I've got my share, I won't be hanging around here to do any more writing.
No, I'm sure not. But, tell me, a last little drink, eh? For old time's sake?
Yes, that's very big.
This yours, okay? Yes. What? Why don't you just polish off the bottle, eh? There we go. There we go. Lovely. Well, get that all down, you won't, you? And, what about you two? You two? Got something in the cupboard for you. Oh, no. Said some of the brandy for you, didn't I, George?
Oh, brandy? I think I'd rather some brandy.
Don't be excessive.
No, stop if you need to continue, eh?
That's perfectly good reason. Got that? Finish that. Then you can have some of the brandy.
Finish it all, come on.
Cheers.
This brandy tastes funny.
One, Edgar, it's useful. And two, it tastes sweet.
Well, it should do, but it tastes salty.
Nonsense. That's the best loser money can buy. To my mind, it's it's an absolute knockout.
Yeah, I'm getting used to the taste now. I need a bit of a sit down.
Millionaire. That kind of thought goes to a man's legs.
Reckon it's very upwards.
Yes, it is. I'm feeling better. Woo!
And I'm ready for some of that brandy.
So am I.
So can I.
There you go, Edgar.
Lovely.
There you go. There you go. Finished up. You'll need one. What's gone wrong? Any more, and I'd have melted his glass. Come on. It's salt.
What?
Yes, my darling. It is salt. It's always been salt.